Okay, so for as long as I can remember, on Christmas week, I always paint my nails red. And I'm trying this new one. I've never had a nail polish from this brand. It's LA Girl. And it says that it's supposed to be like a gel finish. I'm not sure that that's what it did, but the name is Classified. And I'll show you. You see that? I mean, it's shiny, but I don't know. And then on my ring finger, I put this one on, you know, just for added bling. This one is from Sally Hansen, and it's called Sunken Treasure, right? Yeah. Sunken Treasure. So that's what that one looks like. It's okay. It's not the greatest. All right, so I wanted to show you guys, many times we have a small business, and many times when our clients around the holidays, they give us like little, you know, cards or gifts or something. And this last job that my husband was working on just today for the year, the last one for the year, the lady, she gave us these hot chocolate bombs. And what you do is you just boil some milk or heat up some milk, and then you pour it, so you put this in first in the mug. Sorry. You put this in the mug first, and then you pour the hot milk over it, and it dissolves, and it has the hot chocolate powder inside. And sometimes they put marshmallows, and you know, this one I guess is like a peppermint flavor. That one's just chocolate and marshmallow. So isn't that pretty nice? I can't wait to try these. Okay, you guys, I want to come on here and spill the tea, like my daughter would say. Something that happened yesterday. So remember how we took Junior to the hospital for his MRI? Well, we knew it was going to be different than other years because of COVID, right? My husband dropped us off at the front of the hospital, and I had previously spoken with the lady from the imaging department. And she had said, because I asked her, you know, how is it going to be different with COVID? Because I know that the hospital has a policy of only one visitor per patient. Now, in our case, it's a little bit different because, and this is what I told her. Okay, so my son is the patient, but I am his legal guardian. His medical power of attorney, so I make all his decisions for him. I sign for everything, even though he's 22. You know, I'm the one who does everything for him, all the decisions and anything medical related as well. And then, but also, my son has, you know, several medical conditions that require my husband to be there at all times when we're out in public, because if he were to fall, go into seizures, or if he were to trip, just regular trip and fall, or if he like needed to use the restroom like quickly, what do I do, right? I mean, there's nothing I can do. Like in the restroom, how am I supposed to, you know, take him to the men's restroom? I'm not doing that. And so anyway, so my husband has to be with us when we go to public places like that. Anyway, so we got to the hospital, and the lady at the imaging department had told me a couple days before that it was okay, that as long as I told them and I showed them my power of attorney and all the legal papers, that I'm his guardian, and then as long as I told them about Junior's medical issues or medical needs, that it would be okay, that they would let us in, all three of us, right? So I said, all right. So we get to the front desk, and the lady does not let us in. She's like, no, he can go in by himself. And I'm like, okay, my son is legally blind. He suffers from short-term memory loss. I'm not just gonna, you know, let him loose At the hospital, yeah, and then at the hospital, right? Like, it's so germ free. So I was like, are you kidding me right now? I said, I'm not gonna let him loose in the hospital. She said, it's okay. If we need you, we will call you on your cell phone, and you can just do, like, give your consent over the phone. Like, instead of signing the papers, you can give your consent over the phone. No. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction. Maybe a little pushback, because we wanted, another person had to be with us as opposed to just me and Junior. Maybe a little pushback from them, but not like, oh, only the patient is going in, even though he's legally blind and, he cannot give consent to anything on his own. And I have the legal paperwork to prove that I have to be there with him. Anyway, I about lost it. So, I stayed calm. And something that I've learned with this journey now, it's been, 5 years, going on 6, with his brain tumor. I learned how to be assertive. Not rude, assertive. And so I said, you know what? I'm sorry, but I spoke with someone before. They said it was okay as long as I proved to you up here at the desk that we both need to be there with my son, and here are the papers that prove it. Here's the paperwork. And she would not have it. So she said, all I can do is have you speak with my supervisor. I said, okay. And she said, okay, what? I said, okay, bring your supervisor. So she goes, and then like 5 minutes later, the supervisor gets there. I tell her the same thing. Now, I think the supervisor knew that the legal things that I was presenting, the papers that I was presenting at the time, proved that I had to be there, and my husband was going to be there as well, right? So it was a special circumstance. And so I know that she probably thought, oh my gosh, liability, right? So she was much more willing to make an exception for us. So she said, you know what, that's fine. I'll go ahead and call the imaging department and have you go back there, and this will be, you're fine to go back there. So yeah, and then I even offered, I told him, call his neurosurgeon. He's right, down the hallway. Call his neurosurgeon, call our nurse. They will come and get us, do it. And they would not do it. The first lady that we met, she would not do it. She said, oh, we don't have any contact with the neurosurgeons. And I'm like, you're in the same hospital. How do you not have contact with them? Anyway, so I offered, I said, well, I have their number. I have the direct number. Wow, I'm on a first name basis with the neurosurgeons, which is not a good thing. But in this instance, it would have been a good thing, but she wouldn't take it. She said no. So that's when her supervisor came in. Anyway, to make the long story short, we were let in. And just like the lady a couple days before had told me from the imaging department, they let us into this small little room right next to the actual, one of the machines, one of the MRI machines. And that's where we waited for him. We stayed there for over an hour. He did end up getting, about 7 x-rays. So about 5 before the MRI, and then an hour for the MRI, and they did give him contrast, and then another 2 x-rays after. And then we went to our neurosurgeon's office, which is right across the hallway, like I told her, right across the hallway. And then he checked, our nurse came out, she said hello, they checked the shunt setting, and everything was fine. It moved a little bit, but not enough to have to go in there and reset it. So that was our experience at the hospital. I did want to say this. So for any of you out there who are parents of a special needs person, or a child that is handicapped, or just anyone that you need, they have special medical needs, I do want to say, don't be afraid to be assertive. Trust your gut, trust your instinct as a parent. At first, I was overwhelmed and super intimidated by all the medical jargon that I did not understand. And to this point, most of it I don't. But I took it upon myself again to research everything, every word that I heard, every phrase that they would use, and medications, you name it. I did my research. And so, you know, I feel very confident now in having a say and an opinion as the parent who cares for my son at home. I know that I can be heard, and our neurosurgeon is great. He absolutely, I love him. Since the beginning, our neurosurgeon was very informative, but to the level where we could understand. Obviously, I'm not gonna understand what you know, many terms mean, but he would talk to us and explain things to us in the level that we would understand. And up to this date, whenever Junior has gone back to the hospital, he tells the nurses in the ICU, he's like, Mom is in charge, you listen to her, and if you need to administer any sort of medication on Junior, Mom is in charge. So that's great, you know, and I feel very comfortable in being assertive. So don't be afraid of being assertive. You are the parent. Your child is in your care. And so don't be afraid to speak out. And if you have any doubts or questions even, you really should speak up. I do want to say that it does get better. It does get better. At first, it's super overwhelming. And I'll make another video just on that. But for all the parents who are caring for a child and their medical needs, be assertive. Be assertive and very polite, of course, but assertive, of course. Oh, Kylo is starting to bark at someone, so I'll check in a little bit. Okay guys, look at what I got. Have you guys tried this before? We have not. This will be our first year trying a honey baked ham. There was so many people. It was packed in there. But they say it's delicious, so we're gonna try it and we'll let you know how it goes. Alright you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I'm so excited to try that honey baked ham, and also so excited because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and that's Noche Buena for us, and that's when we celebrate Christmas. Tomorrow I will be doing a little bit of a vlog, and but not so much until the nighttime, but more during the day. But if you want to see our Christmas vlog, then you can head on over to our family vlogging channel, which is the Gonzalez Life here on YouTube, and you can see it there. So thank you so much for watching today, and we will see you tomorrow.